Hola, and so full of joy to be present with you this day, wherever you are, whether it's warm or cold. It's a little chilly here. Hmm. And once again, the name's Katsura Balanza, sharing in Portland, Oregon, USA. So, before beginning into the full conversation, I'd like to take a moment to take a breath, grab my little crystal. Let's take a breath together, connecting with heart. Taking a moment to center the ground. Breathe in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Breathe in and out. And I want to speak a little bit more to doors before beginning on the topic in mind and heart today. And with that, and speaking to doors and pathways and opportunities, and just remembering, a little reminder to remember that any door that we open, we have the ability to walk through, or we can close it. We're not stuck. We're not in a situation that we can't get out of. Whatever we really truly desire to create and is in divine alignment will continue to make itself available and present. And the pathway will continue to open and clear. And so, yeah, just wanted to take that moment to speak to doors. Is that popped in my head on that breath again? And next, I want to speak about turtles. And I don't know a lot about the actual animal, but I have been seeing turtles a lot in visions, little emblems here and there. And so, would like to speak to the main message that I have been getting, which is really taking it slow right now. So important with whatever we're doing to really just go slow, and how that for me personally shows up in my reality doesn't necessarily mean that I'm doing less or that yeah, it doesn't mean that I'm doing less. What that means for me is the space and the energy that I go through it is a meditative energy. So I'm doing the same amount of work, activity that I would be doing, but instead of going like shoom, shoom, shoom from here to there really quickly and doing it, I'm slowing it down. So I take my breath. I really just take a breath in, like centering breath, and then take a look into everything that I need to do. Just kind of take it in, observe, and then from there, go do the things I need to do first, second, third, however that aligns, and do it in a meditative way. So it's almost like a walking meditation. And so it's like this opportunity for whatever we are doing to continuously be in a state of that meditative practice. So it doesn't mean we're doing less in a certain amount of time. Sometimes maybe that does, and that's okay. I have noticed though that I can get the same amount of stuff done in a short amount of time through going slow. And the best example I have for this is when I was waitressing. And so it's obvious, it's not like less customers are coming in because I'm choosing to go slow. The same amount of customers are there. I've got to get to them just as fast. And instead of like rushing around, kind of like scattered or just like rushing here and there, like just going at a slow pace, but doing things really methodically so that I am able to take care of three things within one trip instead of taking those 3 trips to get the same thing done, which ends up taking longer. And I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes when you rush, you get more scattered. And so you might go into a parking space and you're in this quick haste to get into that spot. And so you end up recognizing that, oh my goodness, you're in 2 lanes. So then you have to get back in the car, turn the car around, and repark. But had just taken it slow from the beginning, the amount of time to get into that space would have maybe taken a hair longer, yet then you don't have that extra moment of taking that time to get back in and repark it. One example, a couple examples. And so I really wanted to speak to that, to the turtle energy. And one thing I love, friend Timothy just recently pointed out to me, is that when turtles are in the water, in their element, I mean, they're land and water, but like the sea turtle, come on. So when they're in their element, that water, they go fast. And so it's like when we're in our element, we take that time to go slow. We're on the earth, and we go into that water, whatever that might be for us, that joy. So we're working through the darker matter of the earth, walking on there, going slow through that process. But then once we come into our element, once we come into more of that joy, that centeredness, as we're in that, then we can really be, moving more swiftly, just really enjoying every step of the process. And so turtle just happens to be one of the spirit animals I like to work with. And so I wanted to share that turtle message today. There's many spirit animals today, and while that is the spirit animal talking through me for the now, I invite you to look into what are your spirit animals and what animals have been showing up for you in your life. My understanding is that we have about around 12 spirit animals that we work with, and there's 3 or 4 that are constant, steady, always there, and then the other ones kind of flow in and out of our lives. And so I just really invite you to look at what animals are speaking to you currently, and how you can most utilize the medicine that this animal is sharing with you. And really just remember our animal friends. And my last little thought that I'd like to share is to follow your inspiration in every moment. And no matter how silly or wild it might seem to you, and however many ideas you can think of in your mind as to why it might not be a good idea, and why it's silly, and why it should just wait, if you feel that spark and it like lights up this little flame of joy of like, oh, and it just feels like that even that small moment of thinking about it feels good, act on that, do it, take that adventure. If there's, if it lines up, or if you can make it line up with whatever else is going on in your life, do it, go for it. Follow that sense of wonder. Follow your curiosity, your joy, what makes your heart feel big. And may you walk that with ease and grace. Thank you for taking the moment to tune in. I send all my gratitude, all my love to you. Thank you. So much love.